Envision 6 is an Atlanta Regional Commission program that is designed to meet the challenges and the opportunities of the continuing growth that is forecast for the Atlanta metro region. And here with me to explain how we can grow smarter in the future are Tom Weyandt, ARC Director of Comprehensive Planning, and Dr. Catherine Ross. She is Director of the Center for Quality Growth and Regional Development at Georgia Tech. Thank you both for being here. I appreciate your time. Look with me quickly at Envision 6. What is it?
Well, Envision 6 is really intended to help us take a look at what will happen when this region grows to a population of over 6 million people. And that's likely to happen by about the year 2030.
So 25 years from now.
25 years from now. Now, we've been a vibrant region for decades, and it looks like that's going to continue for the next several decades. But the nature of that growth may well be different. We may have a larger aging population, and those
in fact, it's supposed to be triple by 2030.
Absolutely. The proportion of elderly will indeed increase. So that suggests that the kind of growth we're going to have in the future, it could well be different. The kinds of demands we have in our infrastructure, our housing, our transportation is going to be different. And Envision 6 helps us really to imagine what we'd like to do differently in the future.
And be specific. How does it help you? How are you enabled to envision all of these options?
Well, what we think we're going to be able to do during the Envision 6 process is let the public really think about some alternative ways of developing. How might communities develop in a different way? How could we take advantage of our infrastructure that's already in place? What kinds of new housing forms might we have? How could we relate better to our work experience, the shopping experiences? How do we connect ourselves better to each other?
You said, you're excited about this opportunity to kind of give people a chance.
I am, because it really gives everybody in our region and our cities a seat at the table. It's very interactive, it's borderless, there are no limits, so you really get to frame your vision, sit down and articulate that to people who are involved in making it happen. It's very exciting.
And it's a creative process.
Well, we hope it will be. We hope it will be. We're only limited by our imagination and how we want our communities to develop. There are wonderful examples all over the region now of communities that are consciously picking different ways to develop. In some places where density may be appropriate, there is exciting new development happening there, but other parts of the region may want to preserve their lifestyle the way it is. So this is the opportunity to think differently, because we really don't need to be constrained right now.
Be specific, Catherine. Give me some ideas or some suggestions of the models that are out there that are working well.
Well, there are a number of them, and we've learned some things. We've learned that, for example, right now, only 25% of the housing market is a traditional family. So we have to think about new ways to live, new ways to construct our homes, our neighborhoods. 50% of all of the built environment that we're going to have in 2030 has yet to be built. So we get to start over, basically. 50% of our schools, our houses, our neighborhoods are going to be built between now and 2030. We can build those in a better way.
It's mind-blowing when you think about that.
Absolutely.
So it's really a combination of looking at how to grow the future, grow in the future, and do it right, or do it well, I should say. But it's also about regrowing areas that already exist.
Yeah. Atlantic Station is a classic example.
Why?
Of that. Well, because it really takes advantage, it recognizes the fact that the housing market is not as traditional as it used to be. So you have condominiums, you have rentals, you have mixed use there. It's very closely tied to Georgia Tech. A tremendous market there already, the kinds of pedestrian accessibility that you have, the kind of, in fact, they just had an IKEA opening not too long ago.
Everybody heard about that.
So it really is, I think, much more typical of the kind of development we're going to see in the future than what we've had, particularly in Atlanta historically.